Happy Star Wars Day. I'm going to talk about the recent Hasbro reveals for their latest fan stream. A lot of good stuff was revealed there. And I'm just going to show off some recent pickups, maybe do some unboxing as well. Okay, so last weekend we visited the Toy Fair in Hadley. It's the SOS Toy Collective. And yeah, it was really good event. There were some various sellers that I recognised. The Essex Toy Cave being one, and all the way from, is it Devon or Cornwall, was Mando number 5, Keith Guppy. Yeah, it was really good to see him. I picked up a Dark Trooper and a cheap Baron. Gonna forget his name, but from Resistance anyway. This TIE Fighter pilot, he was carded. I've ripped him off his card because I just couldn't wait to get him open. Yeah, so really good to see Keith coming all that way to an Essex Toy Fair. This Jedi Starfighter with the ring was a recent pickup from eBay. Picked up a beta sort of Bespin Luke, sort of orange hair variant. I've got a yellow and a brown. I don't normally pick them up in this condition anymore. But the seller, it was Essex Toy Cave, who was doing sort of 3 figures for £10 or 4 figures for £10. I can't remember now. I picked this up and a TVC Snoke and a Sith Trooper as well. Yeah, what else is on the shelf? Maybe we'll do some unboxing of Acolyte figures. We'll see how this video goes. And then at the back, this TIE Fighter, the Big Wing TIE Fighter, was just part of a Facebook Marketplace job lot. £10 for a few broken ships. And this TIE Fighter was one of them. Maybe a bit of yellowing. This wing on the side doesn't completely go in, but I think it can be fixed. And yeah, it's my first Big Wing TIE Fighter, so very happy to add that to the collection. Right, I've had a mail call today, so I'm going to show you that. Okay, yeah, so a big box arrived from Yodel today. I'm expecting a second package. I don't know if it will arrive today or not. It was supposed to, but we'll see. It will probably come either during this video or we'll have to wait until Tuesday or something. But here we go. This came from Hasbro Pulse. So you might be able to guess what it is. Get it out of its packaging first. Okay, there we go. The Heir to the Empire 3-pack from Hasbro Pulse. I did pull the trigger on it eventually. I didn't have it on pre-order, but when you see sets like this start to sell out on Hasbro Pulse, they did actually put some more back on sale. But this one looked like it was selling out, so I thought, oh damn it, you know, just succumb to FOMO and just pull the trigger. So there you go, Captain Pelion, Admiral Thrawn, and the guy whose name I can't pronounce, Joris Saborith. I will be cracking this open. I'm not keeping them carded. Amazingly, like, so this is the it's the third TVC Thrawn that we've had in recent years. We've had the Rebels version, the Ahsoka version. Now we've got Heir to the Empire. They really are cranking out Thrawn at a rate greater than any other figure right now. That clicking, by the way, it's my knife. Not my knees, although I am down on my knees right now filming this. When there's sort of special 3-packs, 4-packs, pack-in figures, I do get that collecting anxiety of whether or not to open these figures or not. The artwork on this, just first impressions, man, how good does that look? Especially the Thrawn figure with the Chimera in the background. Yeah, these are really cool, aren't they? People have mentioned on Pelion, well, people have mentioned, I mean, it's common knowledge now, the cap is non-removable, so that is sculpted as part of the head sculpt, which is good because we've had other figures in recent times where the helmet. We've had other figures in recent times where, you know, they've updated the officer buck, but the hat is removable and as such kind of looks a bit oversized. A bit oversized. That is, yeah, very, very oversized. And you compare it with Pedion. I mean, considering that's not an actor's likeness or anything, that is an incredible head sculpt. And that really is an incredible head. I'm trying to get it as close to the camera as possible. I mean, considering these are 3 3/4 inch figures, and that's what they can do with the head sculpts. It's incredible. Grand Admiral Thrawn. Let's get him right up close to the camera. Yeah, really cool. And then Joruus C'baoth. Again, apologies for butchering any names here, all you Heir to the Empire fans. I wasn't a reader of the Timothy Zahn books back in the 90s. They just kind of passed me by, the whole expanded universe of it all, because I guess I got into Star Wars throughout the mid to late 80s, because I was born early 80s. I missed Star Wars in the cinema first time round, but certainly the VHS tapes and going around secondhand markets looking for the original Kenna figures secondhand. That was my introduction to Star Wars. The figures were very much as part of the world as the films were, if not a bigger part of my world, because obviously you've got the play value there as well. Let's just have a recap of the Hasbro live stream. Jing in marketing, Emily in design. They focused on the TVC offerings, and what I really like about this fan stream is that they've actually made different segments for Vintage Collection and for Black Series. This is where we are currently. They revealed a Stormtroopers of the Empire 3-pack featuring a Sand Trooper, a Snowtrooper Commando, and a Biker Scout. Now, these are the previous iterations of these. The Sand Trooper is from the Vintage Collection and the 3 3/4 inch Black Series from the early 2010s. We've got the Stormtrooper Commander, that was released in the Black Series 3 3/4 inch line, and then the Biker Scout, which has had a recent update in TVC. This one comes with the speeder bike, as you can see. They've done minor tooling upgrades on the Biker Scout so that his hips he has the barbell hips now, so he can fit on the speeder bike fairly well. To be honest, mine fits okay. I know some people wanted different articulation in the ankles potentially, so you can sort of fit those sort of foot holes a bit better. Foot holes, you know what I mean. I don't know. I think what we've got's fine. I'm all for more troopers though. Give me more troopers. Yeah, let's build the Empire out. The Sand Trooper, I mean, this one is completely over-weathered. I like what they've done with the it's the existing Stormtrooper buck basically, just with new parts. He's got a new midsection. Obviously, he's weathered differently. He's got the pauldron. He's got a variety of blasters as well. The Snowtrooper, I'm ashamed to say that I don't know all the intricate differences between one Stormtrooper and another, or one Snowtrooper and another. The Commander clearly has differences to the regular Grunt, different shoulder pieces, different boots. The rank badge that sort of shows that he is a commander, he's got a slightly different helmet as well with the cowl. I'm fine with this version. He only stands about. Obviously, the new version is fully articulated, so yeah, you'll be able to get him in all the action poses. So that was a special action figure set. I think it makes sense to release it that way. As a 3-pack. They're not carded, but we've already had the Scout Trooper carded. We may get a Snowtrooper Commander carded. Probably not. We've already got the Grunt, and we're getting a 4-pack of Snowtroopers as well. With the Sand Trooper, I can see that one getting a single card release, or maybe like a Black Pauldron single carded release, and I'm sure they'll do a 4-pack at some point. Again, we're in the throes of Return to Tatooine, and new Sand Troopers would be welcome. The next item that they revealed, I haven't actually got him out here, and to be honest, I've got so many different versions of Stormtroopers, I couldn't tell you which one it is. I think it's this one, because he's got the blaster sort of what's the word? Yeah, the holster for the blaster. So we're getting an updated Stormtrooper. I say updated, it's a new card back, so it's going to be the same VC231, which is it's a wonderful Stormtrooper sculpt. We've had a few different versions now in TVC 2.0 of the Stormtrooper, and every release just adds a little bit extra. I don't think there's anything new with this particular one, but it's a card back update, so an alternate card image from the Death Star, which is fine. I'll just go over to my carded wall right now. I like having my original trilogy collection carded. I've got loose versions of them obviously as well, but the Stormtrooper is over here with Luke and Han as well. I don't have many variants on the wall, if any. Obviously, Boba Fett, a bit of an exception. But yeah, when it comes to getting this one, I'm not sure. I might just swap out the Stormtrooper, just rotate it from time to time. I think there's a few figures that you'll be able to do that with now if you're collecting like me or have a wall like myself. I've got placeholders for the retro collection until they release a TVC version. What you see on screen is the Legacy Collection Obi-Wan Kenobi from 2008. Really good. I really like this version. Obviously, the articulation is now, out of date, I guess, to what they're doing now. The new figure looks fantastic. They did mention that it's got like 2 layers of soft goods, but then as you can see from this Legacy Collection, there's 2 layers of soft goods here, like the outer robe and the sort of skirt part of the robes. They've updated. It's a completely new figure from the ground up. Again, it's really cool. We're going to get another original 96 figure on a card back. They did mention it's got the yellow lightsaber as part of the artwork. But again, we had that with the retro collection, which you can see here. Right. Okay. What was next after Obi-Wan Kenobi? Now, this is probably the most divisive item. Although, to be honest, seeing comments from people online, I kind of wish I'd done a reaction before seeing everyone's comments. My initial thoughts were this could have been a retro collection reveal or a release. It wasn't. It's a TVC. I'm not disappointed in that either. I will be buying it. It is the Creature Cantina. It's a 4-pack of figures done in the Kenna sort of deco from the 1970s. It's got a cardboard Cantina backdrop. So this is it's a recreation of the Sears exclusive 4-pack that we got. I mean, I wasn't alive back then. A recreation of the Sears Creature Cantina that was released in 1978, 1979, that featured the infamous blue snaggletooth. We are getting a version of Blue Snaggletooth. We're getting Hammerhead Greedo and Walrus Man sporting their bright Kenna outfits from back in the day. We've seen it with the Black Series. They did it with at least Greedo, and when I saw that at the time, I was thinking that's probably something that TVC will end up doing. The set as a whole, I think it looks great. I'll absolutely be definitely picking it up. But I do wonder why that couldn't have been a retro collection release. Here are my original Cantina figures. So one thing to note, I mean, they said about side-eye Hammerhead. There's different variants of Hammerhead. Mine is looking down. I think the common one is sort of looking to the side. But they recreated these wonderfully. I think certainly in the eye department, Greedo has his blue eyes with the sort of white pupil. For Blue Snaggletooth, they've got the white eyes with the rims. I think it's really well done. I don't have a Blue Snaggletooth in this collection. These are my original Kenna figures. I don't have the Blue Snaggletooth. I will maybe one day hunt one down. If they release him in retro collection, then it's game over. That's the one I'll be buying. Hammerhead is an interesting one because obviously they've put him on a regular sized card back. Now, this isn't a corrective issue. This isn't a corrective thing that they've done. As you know, this must have been in production way before they revealed the oversized card back for the TVC release. And the initial the backlash that they got from the fans over having an oversized card for an original '96 release. But it just shows they can do it. They can fit a so-called deluxe figure on a regular size card back. We didn't need the staff, we didn't need the extra blaster. Whether they correct that down the line or not, I'm not sure. When it comes to my carded wall, again, I'm not sure where I'm going to put these figures. These are, I'm not really collecting the variants for this wall, but I probably will rotate. So, we've got Zutton up here. That's the only version we're going to get of Snaggletooth, I think, in TVC anyway. So we get a blue Snaggletooth version, a bit like that. Maybe I'll swap it out. Although, to be honest, it's a different card back completely, isn't it? We've got a blue outfit, but it's based on the actual original Snaggletooth card back, whereas that is very much a different image altogether. Anyway, I don't have Walrus Man up here yet. Obviously, I don't have Ponderbaba or Greedo. Excuse me. So we're going to be putting all new Cantina aliens up here, which is great because I've only got a handful so far. There's a few gaps to fill in, and obviously when the Cantina comes in, that's a lot more to fill. They are VC 376 to 379. They made a point of saying 375, VC 375, sorry, will be saved for a special figure. They're not just going to assign it to anyone. So I have two theories as to who that could be. Two different reasons as well. So my first theory is that we're going to get an all new C3PO chrome plated. Now we got it in Retro Collection. Let's see, just here. So we know they can do chrome painting as sort of not a one-off, but sort of, special occasions, they will do that chrome plating for action figures. So potentially an all-new C3PO, and given that treatment. My second thought, and I don't have one to hand, but because we've had the Creature Cantina in their sort of Kenna deco, you can see we've got a Boba Fett in his Kenna deco from a few years back. I wonder, because of the scarcity of it, because it's another infamous figure like Blue Snaggletooth, I wonder if we might see a vinyl cape Jawa in TVC. So give it the sort of the Kenna deco, so maybe like a brighter brown. You can't really tell from this figure because he's got the cloth cape over the top. But I wonder, obviously, I don't know, this is just me thinking, like, what haven't we had in TVC yet from those sort of original figures? And yeah, you could argue Han Solo has a slightly different outfit from the Kenna, from Kenna to screen, with the black trousers. But we've had, Luke, Obi-Wan, Leia. We've got Luke in his X-Wing and Stormtrooper garb. We've got a new Chewbacca coming. All these wonderful Cantina aliens, Tusken Raider. There's nothing here that we haven't seen now in TVC. Correct me if I'm wrong. I would like to see a reissue of R5D4, but that would be a pack refresh, I guess. Again, on this back shelf, this isn't all from Star Wars, but we've got the TIE pilot, Death Star Commander. I can't see any of these getting an issue in TVC as 375. We've had Darth Vader updated recently. Grand Moff Tarkin has his own VC number as well. So yeah, I'm thinking it's going to be between a vinyl cape Jawa or a chrome plated C3PO. Let me know what you think. Am I way off base? Is it just going to be a repacked Luke with bright yellow hair and a yellow lightsaber? Is that what we're getting for TVC 375, or do I have something there? That was it for the Hasbro releases. there's a couple more releases coming. Well, may already be out now if this is going out on May the 4th. It's the Disney exclusives, and there's two really cool exclusives coming. First of all, it got revealed like a week or two ago. It's the Book of Boba Fett Droid Factory 4-pack. Now we have it with the all the TV series, all the recent films. There's generally a droid 4-pack that gets released. You can see some of them down here with Ahsoka, Chopper, the white droid back there. This but we're getting a Book of Boba Fett 4-pack, which is really cool because I really wanted the drummer astromech from that set to go with like Max Rebo. I would love to get a Sanctuary playset at some point. I wonder if Hasbro will sort of release something to go alongside it. Possibly not. But the Book of Boba Fett offering is fairly light. There's some crossover with Mandalorian, obviously, but in terms of like exclusive like Book of Boba Fett figures, there's not a lot out there. I thought that was really cool. The second reveal, which only got sort of announced sort of a couple of days ago, was the a re-release or a repack of the Starspeeder 1000, the Star Tours ride from the Disney parks. We got a very limited release of the Starspeeder. Was it 3000? But I missed out, and I don't own a Starspeeder to date, so hopefully we can jump on and order them when they're released. But again, looking at the promo shots of that, just looks fantastic. Right. Yeah, let me know what you think of the Hasbro reveals for May the 4th and the Disney reveals for May the 4th. Are you a fan of sort of both lines in 3 3/4 inch? I think they can both, they coexist and complement each other quite well. Anyway, I've waffled enough. I'm Dave the Dead. If you like what you've seen, please drop a like, comment below, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. Keep the conversation going. Let's do it. We've got a lot of goodness to come from Hasbro and Disney in terms of action figures for the 3 3/4 inch scale. But if you're not satisfied, are you collecting anything else? Are you gap filling like me? Are you going back to Revenge of the Sith or any other era of Star Wars? Let me know in the comments. Right, until next time, may the Force be with you. Happy Star Wars Day. Bye. Just as I finish filming.